NBA 2K14 market. Like, for real, keep it seriously. I'm just gonna keep doing me. Um, the good news is that we won against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not gonna brag or nothing because if I make a three and I make it, that means that's not what I'm trying to improve in. I'm trying to improve on something that, like, if I miss a shot, that's what I'm gonna improve in. But yeah, man, I just wanted to let y'all know that's who we going against. We going against the Brooklyn Nets. Make sure at the end of the video, y'all leave a like or comment. I mean, you don't have to leave a like, but at least leave a comment to tell me that y'all be watching the videos. Y'all been doing a really good job. I appreciate it. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. I apologize for 2K18 because I was cussing a lot. I apologize for that. I won't ever do that again. I ain't gonna make no promises or nothing, but I need to stop cussing because we trying to grow. Well, I'm trying to grow as a YouTuber. I'm trying to grow as a YouTuber. But yeah, man, I need to stop saying negative stuff, man. Like, for real. If I say negative stuff, that means I'm not a good person in life. But if I stop cussing and think positive, man, we might go somewhere. We might go somewhere. Not like go like places, but like, you know what I mean. We might like improve. Not improve, but like, I don't know. That's like my favorite word though. Improve, improve, improve. Well, get better. Let's say get better. We just trying to get better on what we do.
He can blow his top pretty easily, losing control of his emotions. The only question is who's going to be on the receiving end of his emotional outburst.
You look at the Bucks. Upcoming part of their schedule is going to tell us a lot about this team, guys. They're facing a tough.
If I had a computer, I'd see who be in the chat. I could see who's in the chat, who's watching the videos. But we gonna work on that. We gonna really work on that.
Do it for you. That goes hand in hand. Good chemistry, wins, and fun.
Yeah, chicken or the egg, Clark, which comes first? I'm not sure, but they've got both right now. Great chemistry, winning games, the communication, the camaraderie, the fun, and really the effort and the passion that they're showing. It's all great stuff.
The Nets shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line.
The only reason I play PUBG Mobile, but at the same time, I got something that I don't like about PUBG. It's like every time when it starts brand new, like when it starts brand new and you gotta start all over from the bottom and make your way to the top, I just don't like that. So that's why I don't be playing PUBG though. Like, it's not a bad game. It's just, you know, it is what it is.
Evolved into one of the top centers in the league, a big-time elite interior threat, and as you know, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA.
So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Bobcats in Charlotte.
That was a game in hostile territory too, guys, and it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
Well, I got a bump right there, man.
From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
Here is Knight, following the basket by Brook Lopez. Off the mark on that three from Knight. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. The thing that jumps out at him the most about their opponent today is the team speed they possess. He said, we've got to hustle back on defense every time down the floor. This is a team that loves to run, and we've got to be prepared to do the same. Gentlemen?
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now Williams, after the missed three from Ilyasova. Williams kicks to Garnett and drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Garnett's got his first points in this one.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
And there's the pass to Ilyasova. Here's Sanders to halt the run. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets have gotten their first three shots to go in for them to start off this game. Shot's good.
I'm sensing, guys, this game's really starting to swing their way.
To me, it seems like they're taking charge as their
Losing
lead
right
gets
now.
more and more comfortable.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in
3-10. Can you
Milwaukee.
believe
Yeah, they
this?
didn't play well that night. They weren't
3-10.
They shot the ball too often from the perimeter, never got it inside.
Dang, man.
And they were also very shaky from the foul line.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. The Bucks have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And the layup's good off the glass. Sanders just got his first points of the night. There's really no excuse.
Okay.
I don't know how many times we've seen it, especially when Clark, it's time for the playoffs. The winners usually make their free throws.
It's elementary, Watson. Make your free throws when you get them. Everyone needs to take their time, get into their routine, and fundamentally execute the free throw shot.
It's Kevin, not Watson.
Okay, well, Kevin Watson.
Hey, I like it. And Butler gets it to go. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Williams again tonight. Williams attacking. Here's Garnett. No one. Excellent D there from Ilyasova. Bucks trail by 5. Knight dishes to Ilyasova. No good with the triple. Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Bulls.
Their offense really sputtered in that game. They went through stretches where points became very hard to come by.
And Steve, you know, their play wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad, but this game still is about making shots, and the shot making wasn't there.
No one near him. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Williams again tonight.
Yeah.
Outside Williams. Into Lopez.
Closing here.
The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got his third assist on the night. Bucks trail by 7.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
Garnett the pass to Williams. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's Sanders. Rebound, Brooklyn. And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star, he improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, I thought he should have got maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. Big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. Here is Knight. Following the basket by Brook Lopez. Mayo kicks to Knight. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry. Terry's got his third rebound tonight. Into Brook Lopez. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Lopez has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
Yeah, that's 4 straight trips, guys, where their passes have ended up in scores. 4 straight assists. Great team play.
Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Williams against Knight. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. For Brooklyn, they had gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. 2 shots. That's good from Williams. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Udo's checked in for Sanders. Chris Middleton comes in for Ilyasova. Carlos Delfino's checked in for Caron Butler. And Gary Neal subbed in for O.J. Mayo. He doesn't get the second one. Bucks trail by 12. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. Here's Neal. Money from the wing. It's the Nets now. And Williams, here we go. Stolen. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Nets out in front, leading by 10. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. Al Horford and the Atlanta Hawks take on Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics. A battle in the East. Do not miss it.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Pretty much smooth sailing offensively. They were in a rhythm right from the beginning.
Steve, they've simply made it look easy. Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
Flatch out there with Mirza Teletovic. And there's Livingston. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Yes, guys, the Brooklyn Nets going all in this season. With a team payroll of about $100 million, they have an additional luxury tax bill of around $75 million. Guys, the owner's sparing no expense in constructing this roster.
Episode 29,
no
man.
question, a high burden of expectation for what they'll achieve. It's championship or bust.
No doubt about that. Thank you, Doris. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Free throw good from Teletovic.
You know, we talked about the Nets' deliberate pace of play earlier. One of the benefits of playing a slower game is that they rarely were in foul trouble. When you build a team around stars, as they have, you want to make sure that they're on the court as much as possible.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Both free throws good from Teletovic. And as you said about the Nets, Clark, last season, very careful not to get in foul trouble. Very important to a team that depends so heavily on their stars. Steve, to log big minutes and provide the scoring.
And a large part of it is that they just play at a slower pace, but this team just knows how to win the war of the whistles. Not only did they avoid fouls, but they have guys who know how to draw contact in the lane, get to the line, and put the other team in foul trouble.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout, just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Barry Sanders is checked in for Utah. Butler comes in for Carlos Delfino. And it's Mayo in for Gary Neal. Here is Livingston. To the left wing. 5 to shoot. Watch. And that one hits back iron.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He also went on to talk about protecting the inside. He does not want to see anything easy in the painted area. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
It's always great to hear from you, Doris. And Sanders throws it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
He doesn't have the elite speed or shooting ability to be an impact starter. But Luke Rittenauer, with his experience in the league, the way he can run an offense, his ball handling skills, and his three-point shot-making ability, is ideally suited to be a backup point guard and a very effective one for any team in the league.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Rittenauer's three-point percentage has fallen off the last few seasons, Steve, but he's still one of the top mid-range shooters in the game.
Yes, he is. Former 14th overall pick out of Oregon back in 2003. You know, defensively, he can sometimes be at a disadvantage, but he's really carved out a nice, long career.
The Bucks trail by 8. Knight with it. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte. Sanders' shot is good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Pass to Johnson. Knight grabs the board. The Bucks have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Mayo, and that's for 2. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Now just a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Lopez. You saw him with 19 points his last outing. Taylor dishes to Johnson. That one a little long.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And that one's good by Lopez. Lopez has got 12 in the game.
Well, he's a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish. Great strength, the ability to convert in the lane. Boy, that's tough to defend.
And applies even if he has to absorb contact getting to the rim. And something else he does that I know is underrated and undervalued is he sets very hard screens. Those screens are a real key component of a lot of the plays they run. You know, the Bucks really struggled at finishing off defensive possessions last season. They did a good job forcing tough shots, but oftentimes didn't clean it up with the rebound. It was a big problem for them as they were one of the worst teams at giving up offensive rebounds all season.
Bucks finished tied for last in the league in terms of amount of offensive rebounds. They would give up over 12 a game for them, and it really did end up hurting them, Steve, on more than one occasion.
Yeah, you know, they like to block shots. They had a lot of guys who would come over and help from the weak side, and that left them exposed in terms of boxing out their men. And I think that's an area they have to improve on this year is on the glass.
That free throw, no good. The Bucks making a switch here. Second from the line.
And up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago. 1:11 left here in the second. Takes it from 10. Up that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Knight. There's a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a Game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in one game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning Game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn. I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he's not helping their offense. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Harris. And there the Bucks with another bucket. Here's Williams. Right now averaging 21 points a game. Lets it fly from 18. A rebound by the Bucks. Sanders has got 4 rebounds in this game. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Should be a good one for the Timberwolves today. I'm anxious to see what ends up happening there.
In a tight game here as we end the...
All we need to do is just work as a team, man.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke.
That's all we gotta do. Share the ball.
Well, Joe, this Brooklyn team has evolved in so many
We might
ways
not be
the
the
last
best
couple of years.
team
So this
in the
season,
league, but at
addition of
least
Kevin Garnett and
share the
Paul
ball
Pierce,
and
how
work as a
exciting
team.
is this for this basketball team?
Because coach wants us to play smart and stuff, so.
With new franchise, new organization, and guys are very excited. Brooklyn's very excited about it, and we just here, man, try to make the fans happy.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And folks, the halftime show is coming up next. And then it's on to the third quarter. We'll step aside right now.
And now,
Yes, I did my
by
left arm.
Sprint.
This Tuesday that's coming up.
Glad you're along for the ride as we
No,
get
all I
set to
gotta
bring you
do-
the halftime show.
Dang,
The
they
NBA
20 and
season
8.
beginning to take shape.
Dang,
the Nets
bro.
have the lead out in Brooklyn against Milwaukee. The top team in the conference standings. They're having a great season. Some textbook basketball from Brook Lopez. He has 12 points, spending to the rim. Shots. Larry Sanders has stood out in the early going. At the break, 7 points, and he's been making some nice contributions on the glass, too. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Tremendous output from Johnson. He has 12 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Larry Drew. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Mayo out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. Clock is at 3. Shots good by Williams.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Bucks trail by 7. Pass to Sanders. It's the front of the rim and out.
Well, I think Larry Sanders is one of the most improved players in the league, guys. I don't know where you stand on it, but, you know, he led the league in ejections, too, with 5. He's got the control and manages emotions a little better.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a rare breed, a stretch 4 who's also a big factor on the offensive boards. Ersan said, that's part of my game, to be active. Some nights you aren't going to hit those shots, but if I have this in my pocket, just go in there and crash on the offensive glass. It's all about second effort. Guys?
Well, it seems he can do both, Doris. His role is steadily growing, too. Shot's good. Sanders has got 9 points. Back to Sanders, he said he's taking steps to keep his composure, not getting to other players and feel the wrath of officials. Those technicals were piling up.
Well, Kevin, he's already made some nice strides in his approach to the game, just eating right, getting to the gym early. You know, you really have to learn how to become a professional, and I think Sanders has made that next step.
mean, I keep trying every day to get first place, but if I can't get first place, I might as well just stop playing. Because it's only for good people that's good at the game, like Rolex, Powerband, Medical, Vicinity, Her Gaming, and Elvis.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Larry Drew's huddle. He's looking for some old-fashioned offense right now. He wants the pick and roll to be the center.
I'm playing, but I like sports, so
He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here is Ilyasova, averaging 8 points a game.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there.
we already got everything on Instagram, though.
And they're getting
If I get to, I got a lot.
when they get
Bro,
they're hitting their shot.
I just don't want it to go
One
the
of the
wrong
bigger
way.
improvements last season, as I saw, was
I just
Larry
don't want it to
Sanders
go the wrong
transforming
way.
from a specialist role player.
Oh,
He was
but
enough to be an impact player at that end of the floor.
some people, they be hacking each other passwords and
Sanders,
some people lost their passwords.
was just sticking to his strength, finishing around the rim.
We got one more quarter, man. If we lose, we lose. I just want to play. I don't care what happens. I just want to play.
Sanders hits them both.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against
I think that's when it changed. If I can get my high overall up, because right now I'm a 66 overall.
nearly
To
no
what?
harm done in
The highest overall I can went down because I kept buying stuff,
Searching for his first points of
trying
the
to
game.
make
Shot
overall.
clock at 6.
But
The three.
In that area, on the glass, it's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used strength to their advantage down low.
Got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of their young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switched from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum. Had so much space there, and the defense really not showing him the
I want to
respect.
know what I can make
His eyes get
besides.
wide.
Ridnour passes
Like, I know other people on Twitch, they be playing Fortnite, they be playing PUBG, they be playing Call of Duty Mobile.
Here's
Wonder what
Hugo.
I could do.
And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
The defense is not.
He gonna ride on that new one that you can shoot enemies, zombies, any that way it's still items from other teammates.
Moves back up. Here's
So
Sanders.
they
And
on the line
he
for
straight
that.
in. Sanders has got it back down to within single digits for Milwaukee.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think
I'm
his
gonna
team
bet,
would
I'm
be
gonna
ahead.
bet, but it's just the cover that I sleep with
Chalmers
when I
dishes
warm
to
and stuff.
Jelic.
That's it.
Beyond the arc.
Episode 30 tomorrow
No good.
morning.
The Bucks go the other way with it.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent, respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA. Here's Taylor. For Andre Blush. On defense, the Bucks trailing by 4. Garnett with the screen for Chalmers. He dishes it to Garnett.
Who else can?
With the fadeaway. That's good. Garnett's got 4 points this quarter.
That jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Yeah, they've been pulling up and watching them go down.
Here's Walters, defended by Chalmers. Sanders passes to Delfino. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Delfino's got 6. In low to Garnett. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. And the Nets lead by 6.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball in.
They lead by 6. Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. The Milwaukee Bucks take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers next Tuesday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
In a moment now to check out our State Farm assist in the game, and what a pass it was by a talented point guard.
Now, this is what he does. This is the kind of plays he's known for, Kevin.
Here's Walters. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. At the guards, Darren Williams and the Jet, Jason Terry. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. So that's the Nets 5.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boys.
Any extra
There was checked in for Milwaukee.
Indianapolis.
Johnson sets the screen for Lopez.
What am I saying
Williams
right now?
attacking. And here's Johnson outside. Ilyasova comes up with the... He feeds it to Sanders. Knight kicks to Mayo. Pocket 6. And that one's good. Mayo's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Milwaukee.
It seems like they're finding an open time down. It's 5 buckets in a row.
No good. Great defense that time from Brandon Knight. Ilyasova, screen on Williams. Kicks it to Sanders. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got 3 assists now in this one.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean,
It's been a while since my
got to
cousin
start bumping
uploaded
bodies in
to
the paint. Be
Merchant.
more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Now here's Johnson. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
And the hot shooting continues, guys.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. They've mothballed the defense, though. It's all about offense today.
Timeout called the Bucks. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with their team, all having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade, replenish your energy for the late game push.
And refocus, Kevin. You got to take care of your body. And I think we ought to drink some Gatorade here, too. I thought I noticed some slip-ups here the last couple minutes from your end on the play-by-play.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Larry Drew's huddle. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside
Darren Williams suffered a lot of injuries in the first half of last season and finally got healthy in the second half, and it showed. He was fantastic during the last 30 or 40 games or so, and I think now with all this talent around him, the situation is perfect for Williams to reestablish himself as one of the elite players in this league.
And that one falls for Williams. And for Williams last season, he seemed to get better, Clark, as the season wore on. Not usually the case with injuries.
But I think he, like a lot of players, Kevin, may have still been recovering from the grind of the condensed schedule 2 seasons ago. You know, he started playing in Turkey before starting that tough, shortened season. So you factor in Team USA play in the summer. He put a lot of wear and tear on his body, and I think it just took a while for it to rebound.
Milwaukee needs to do a better job guarding against Williams.
10 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly. Yep, pretty obvious, and a good call by the official.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club. You know, it was a hot start last season for O.J. Mayo in Dallas, guys. A lot of people wondered if he finally turned the corner and become the star that people had expected when he was the 3rd overall pick back in 2008. But his hot shooting wore off a bit, and by the end of the season, Coach Carlisle was starting to question his effort.
And for O.J. Mayo last season, still some positive signs, a career high in three-point percentage, one of the better years from the field, and I think the Mavericks really enjoyed him on their team.
Well, it seemed on the whole that the year went very well for him. He opted out of the final year of his deal, picked up a multi-year contract, so we'll see how he continues to develop.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
I like Fortnite.
Now here's Terry. Terry off the pick from Garnett. Here's Johnson. Trail by 3.
Perfect.
Here's Williams. The dish now to Garnett. 14 feet away. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Rugged plays to the boards. It's not a place for the weak of heart.
And he gets it good. And that's 13 points for O.J. Mayo.
Big time.
We gonna lose though.
He had to get that one over the top, and he did.
And in the face of a defender who was towering over him, too.
Give him up.
Mayo kicks him up. Money! A huge shot to tie it up.
And that shot sucked the life out of the whole building.
Well, that was a big one, Clark. You can hear it.
Yeah, that was a gut punch right there. These fans, oh man, they're struggling.
Now here's Johnson. Williams tries to save it. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
I mean, the only reason I can't really talk to her gaming is because I don't have a phone number. That's the only reason. If I had a phone number and it was active, then yeah.
19 seconds left in the 4th. Dishes to Garnett. Williams.
Man, he always gotta get a foul, man.
That time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, they had a.
Those are some big time here.
And move to the 3rd place.
It was great to win the game, but to do it like that, whew, special, man. That was something I won't forget for a long, long time. The NBA, where amazing happens, baby. You feel me?
Wow. More minutes. Come on, more minutes. Yeah. Back to where I was at, baby. 11 more minutes. Ah, man. Let's go. Back to where it was. But I gotta keep it up if I'm gonna. I don't know. We gonna see. We just gonna find out, man. We gonna find out. Yeah, we gonna find out. Shoot, that was just a shot that was lucky. All I did was hold the button down for a while and then let go. But I'm glad we won that though. I'm glad. If you enjoyed the video, my name is Jaquave. Yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm so happy that we won. And yeah, man, I catch you guys in the next video.